You know.
There you go. And that's an important thing, too. That's an important point because even like with my partners, my companions, you know, my mates, I believe that they agreed to this, you know, partnership, to this polygamous lifestyle, you know, because they didn't want to lose me, you know. They didn't want to lose me, but it wasn't something that was genuinely in their heart. Like this was something that they really wanted, you know what I'm saying, for themselves. It was something more like you know, I love this man, I don't want to lose him, you know.
I'll go along with it.
I'll just go along with it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like I said before, when you do things like that, when you make those type of decisions, you end up warring with yourself, you know? Mm-hmm. You become at war with yourself. So your head and your heart are at war, essentially, you know? And until one of them wins, you know, one of them is going to win. And most likely it's going to be the heart every time, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, until then you won't have a resolution. You won't be at peace, you know? And so, I mean, for my situation, that's what it was. You know, their hearts weren't really in it. They really wanted me to themselves, but at the same time, they didn't want to lose me. So they decided that they were going to sacrifice and share me, you know? And that's
I want
pretty much
all
what
of you. I want all of you, but I'll settle for pieces of you.
Right,
that's what they were saying. That's what they were saying.
They had all of me. They had all of me. You know what I'm saying?
But in their mind, they don't. In their mind, they don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a woman. I'm just telling you because I'm a woman. Okay?
Right.
But in their mind, even though you say they had all of you and you all were together, in their mind, they don't have all of you because now they have to share you. They have to share your heart with somebody else. So that's usually what happened. And I know for me, and I see y'all on the phone. I'm coming. Y'all hold on. Raise me hand. I see you. But for me, I want to say this, and the only reason I want to get mine in there because, again, we want to hear from both sides because, you know, a lot of the sisters have a problem with this. Even they have a problem with me saying that I practiced it. It did not work for me, but I want to do it again. Just because it didn't work with the one does not mean it's not going to work. Same way with monogamy. Just because I didn't work with one man doesn't mean I'm not going to work with somebody else. So that still did not deter me from what I want to get into. And then I have my reasons for doing it. That's why I asked you the question, what was your reasons? Well, I'm not getting into it because I've fallen in love with 2 or 3 people. I got into it for a different reason. And my reason is village building, basically. Village building, also knowing that it's more women than it is men. Okay, and so I feel like sharing. I feel like, you know, sharing is caring. At the same time, because I have been born and raised here in America, because I was raised up to believe in one person and not multiple, not for me, I mean, but not to be in a relationship with one man and different wives, it still was a hard thing for me on the inside because I was not raised that way. I mean, I was raised up with me and my friends. We would go to school on one way passing by this house. We were all, and I didn't realize this, Tajh. I was talking about a plural marriage then, didn't realize it. There was this house we would pass by going to school, and it was 3 of us, and we always passed by that house. And on the way to school, we would talk about, we're going to buy that house. And we're going to live there with our husbands. And we all talked about how many children we were going to have between, you know, each of us. And we talked about the names of the children. And I didn't realize I was actually talking about a polygamous relationship. I was talking about a village, you know. Mm-hmm. And so really I had it in my mind to do that. But society and my upbringing says, no, if you do that, so that means you're settling for less, you know. Maybe you have low self-esteem because you can't get one man. You can't, you know, settle down with one or that person can't settle down with you. So, and then it starts putting things in your mind. Well, maybe I'm not good enough because if I was good enough, you wouldn't need another woman and things like this. But I got into studying how they do it in Africa, and I've got into studying how they did it, you know, our ancestors did it, and realized this is a village thing. You know, this is not really about the man. Polygamy is not about the man. We've been taught that it's about the man. So every time you hear the word polygamy, you say, I ain't going to get into that because all he wants to do is have multiple women, and so he can lay up with each one of them. You know, he can do that without your permission.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
It happens. It happens every day.
And it happens every day, all day. So to me, it's a village. It's a village. And so when me and this brother, you know, when we got into this relationship, I came in and I said, look, I want it this way. I think that each sister wife should come to the table with something. You know, if you're a good sewer and a good cooker, then heck, you be the sewer and the cooker of the family. If you are good in the business, then you be the one who's running the business. If you're good at, you know, I don't know, cooking and cleaning, whatever you're good at, you bring that to the table and we work collectively, you know.
Right.
But here's the thing, and I know this from being in one. Polygamy is not hard on the woman. The woman makes it hard because their insecurities pop up in us. Mm-hmm. And we start having these thoughts like you just said. Oh, well, I wonder if he loves her better than me. I wonder if he, you know, her hair looks better than mine. You know, I wonder if he is going to spend more time with her than me. All these different things start popping up, but we don't realize polygamy is harder on the brother because he got a lot of things to do. He got a lot of things to do. Like you said, you got to, first of all, you have to ground each of the women. You're supposed to. You have to ground each one, not physically still. I mean, yeah, of course we want it. Yeah, you got to give it to us. But physically, mentally, and spiritually. And so if you can't do those three for your women, then you're going to have a problem anyway with this whole thing, because we already, like we're talking about, in America, we're not used to this. And like you said, even if we say we want to do it, you got your family, because I have my family. My children had a fit. Mama, what's wrong? You done gave up? You don't want to try to get one man? I said, I haven't given up on men. It's just this is something I want to do for the village purpose, for the village of growing with other people, the purpose of having our children come up. You know, it may be a sister wife in our village who is excellent at teaching. Well, if I don't have time to do the teaching, she can help me. You know, we all can come together and help each other, help raise each other's children, and at the same time, we can still give our feminine energy to him, because he's going to need that feminine energy, especially dealing with us, because we are a handful. You know, we are a handful. You know,
he's going to need that comforting, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to, you know, because it's not easy, you know? And a woman, a spiritual woman, you know what I'm saying, is a refuge for a man. You know, when he's out here battling the world and taking care of his business and representing on behalf of the family, he needs to be able to come home and to his refuge, which is that woman, you know, and that's what that feminine energy is all about, is the comfort, it's the softness, the gentleness, that refuge, you know, that can really, it's like a healing ointment, you know what I'm saying? That just, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. I was just saying how, you know, one of the most beautiful things for me in interacting with a woman is just like laying my head on a woman's lap and just kind of resting. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so healing for me. It reminds me almost of like when I was a child, you know, and just crawl up and cuddle up with my mom, you know, and just the comfort, the warmth that was there, you know. And so, you know, sometimes I may feel like I need that, you know what I'm saying, like that refuge, that place to just go and just lay your head in that lap, you know, in the mother's lap, you know, and your woman can be that, you know, can provide that for you. And men, you know, even though they're grown up and they're men, they still need those types of things. They need that comfort. They need that healing space and that healing energy that a woman is so, able to give. And so, but yeah, you're so right. Polygamy is not about the man, and it's not about the man and the woman either. It's about the children. It's about the family. It's about it's about the village. It's about the expanded vision, and collective growth and health of people, And that I remember, in our family meetings, I used to always say that, like, look, I would tell the sisters, like, look, this is not about us. This is about these children, and us being able to create a harmonious, healthy, positive environment, that they can grow and thrive in. It's not about our personal needs and wants and our, the things, I want this much time with this, or I want this, I want that. It's not about that. It's like, what can we provide? You know what I'm saying? How can we create, as guardians of this next generation, as guardians of these children, how can we create, the best environment possible that they can grow and thrive in? And then, that's our main focus. And then on the peripheral is our needs, and how do we meet those needs, amongst ourselves. But our main focus is how do we provide, for these children. It's an expanded vision. It's not a narrow vision. People who want to live a polygamous lifestyle, you can't do it operating off a narrow vision. You have to have an expanded vision, and a vision that incorporates and includes the needs, the concerns, and the considerations of others, and you have to be ready and willing to, forego and sacrifice some of your own needs, in order to provide that for others, And so, I mean, it's a selfless path. It's a selfless walk. It's one that calls on you to become bigger, to think of more than just yourself,
That's right.
You cannot be operating from the ego, trying to live a polygamous, relationship or lifestyle. You have to tap into the spirit. You have to transcend the ego in order to, successfully do it,
Let's go back to the phone, because I think the sister, she's ready for us now. I see her hand go back up. Let's go back here, 414. All right, my sister, what you got?
Okay. I'm back to the question. I'm going to try to make it quick. First of all, I just have a question for Tajh really quick about his relationship. How long was you actually in that union, in that relationship?
Yeah, I was in it for maybe about, I would say probably a good, I never really took time out and counted how long it was, but it was probably, it seemed like forever, but it was probably about 2.5, 3 years or so, maybe a little more, but yeah, maybe about 3.5 years, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I know, about 3.5, 4. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I have a question. That's what actually some people actually inboxed me with some questions to ask you. For people that have been in, because you have tried the relationship yourself, and also have been around people that it actually works for. How do you do, or what kind of advice would you have for someone, a sister or brother that actually entered into a monogamous, relationship with their wife, and they're now entertaining or thinking about doing a polygamous relationship, and their other partner isn't really feeling it? What kind of advice would you have for that?